Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today checking out some classic English beer, and the final beer I have left from the Badger Brewery, aka Hall and Woodhouse. I purchased this on Optimal alongside the other beers from this brewery because I had a nostalgia kick and I wanted to revisit this brewery because it was the brewery that got me into beer. So this is the final bottle. The other one they had on their shop, they had 4 different ones. I went through all of them besides this one, and this is the Cranborne Poacher. I also tried this one back in the day when it was in the stubby, small, fat bottles, brown bottles. I think it had a purplish label, whether it was like damsons, and was there beetroot on the label or something? I think maybe beetroots. I'm not entirely sure. But this is a 5.7% ruby ale, so I'm guessing in the likes of hobgoblin ale. It's rich and fruity, and it has damson and licorice notes. This one is also flavored. But I seem to remember that it was flavored with blackcurrant and not damson. And I think I do remember the licorice note. But they say you get a complex flavor of wild fruits, licorice, and chocolate malt. So this is one of their stronger beers. They made some stronger beers and some newer ones. They actually have I think a milk stout that's fairly well rated for a bigger regional brewery. Because often some beers from breweries like this don't get the best ratings online. But this will be fun to revisit. Again, this has been years since I had this, so let's check it out. Pour is a ruby/copperish color. It is actually a bit more copper than ruby red. It's a touch lighter than a hobgoblin, but it looks nice, quite clear in the glass. It had a nice frothy beige head pouring out. Let's check out the aroma on Poacher's Choice. Very fruity, very jammy, lots of currants, forest fruits. Wow, really jammy. I can see that touch of licorice notes, but very, very like marmalade-y dark fruit notes. Yeah, but you can also sense it might be some kind of flavoring because there's something that reminds me a bit of like a forest berry yogurt or something like that, which is made with fruit purees often. There's also maybe a hint of cherry, dried cherry, but a plethora of stewed fruits and a touch of toasty toffee maltiness. It smells pretty nice. It smells very old money. Let's try it. Cheers. Much more rich toffee flavor than I expected. This tastes, when I talk about Basset wine gums in English beers, this tastes exactly like, it tastes like a combination of, actually a little bit now on the aftertaste, of Basset wine gums. And as a kid, we could get these forest fruit vitamin pills. And that must be because it's flavored beer. It's actually one of all the beers so far that tastes the most like it's been flavored. But it's really, really, really jammy. And funny enough, it has like a peppery, bitter, nettly finish that actually is kind of, I don't know if it's harsh, but it's biting with all the other flavors. It's like, it's almost clashing a little bit because it's got a lot of sweet things going on otherwise. It's toasty as well. But there's so much like scoba, forest berry type flavor. Almost actually, you know what? Yeah, this is weird. I think this one is a little bit too flavored compared to the others. I still think Hopping Hare is the best I've had in these recent times. Maybe it's Hopping Hare and Thirsty Ferret. I think, thinking back, I like Thirsty Ferret a little bit more than Golden Champion. Revisiting these. But this one, and there's almost a little bit of like, if you've ever had Copperbear cider, Copperbear forest berry cider about it. Like that fake flavoring. And it's really getting to me the more I drink it, which is a shame because there's a fairly fluffy, nice, rich kind of base beer to this. It's just ruined by flavoring a little bit. And it's not like terrible, but it's not that great either. Yeah, so much of that forest fruit, Copperback type flavor. And it's so funny, it feels sweet, but it feels like it's sweet because of that flavor, but in the mouth it's actually fairly dry, and there's a good bitterness to it. Almost got that fly, the Blandford fly. It's all right. Like, I wouldn't mind drinking this, sipping on it. It's not something where I think like, wow, this is good beer, great beer. I think maybe this is the weakest of all of them that I had, mainly because there's just so much. The licorice I'm not really getting, by the way. There's just so much of this like Kopparberg cider type weird fruit flavor, fruit concentrate, or artificial fruit flavor that I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, I think I definitely drink this, but I think I'm gonna go like 82, something like that, early 80s. It's not that great. You can really taste there's a pretty decent classic English beer underneath, but it's ruined by forest fruit type flavoring, which is a damn shame. Yeah, Hobgoblin is definitely better than this. So yeah, fun to try though. If you like really fruity flavors, I think you'd like this. So especially like this is very entry level beer as well. Like this is like something you try and give to your girlfriend. Like, you like Kopparberg cider? You should try this. Although I think it still tastes a little too much like beer for people who don't like beer to like it. People who don't like beer would probably rather drink fruited sours or these super smoothie sour things. But yeah, it's okay. It's a decent beer, but it's nothing like really exciting. I think the beer without the flavoring would be a whole lot better because you can taste that there's a somewhat decent beer underneath all that flavor. So if you guys had a chance to try the Badger Cranborne Poacher, let me know what you thought of it. Again, my favorite of all of them is Hopping Hare in recent times. That was really good. So try that one for sure. And then maybe also Thirsty Ferret. That was also pretty good. Try them all. It's so fun. Like, I think you should try them all on Humpty Mile if you can. So you can see this was where I started. But yeah, if you guys had this one in recent times and at all, let me know what you thought of it. And as always, comment, subscribe to the Facebook fan page, and Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in Cranborne Poacher from Badger Brewery. See you guys in another beer review.